Periscoping live from Wolfhout Studios in sunny Madison, Wisconsin. It's Up Periscope with your host, Nate Chappell. Tonight's guest is Cat Chat regular Finn and Ask a Puppy. But now, the man who brought you into this world and can just as easily take you out, Nate Chappell. Thank you, everybody. Hello, ladies and germs. Where are my germs at? Welcome to episode Dandelion of Up Periscope. Periscope. You're trapped underwater in a metal tube. That's their slogan. Periscope, of course, is the application that lets us broadcast live to the internet from my iPhone, which is why we're shooting portrait up and down. I'm not a dad. I know better. I prefer landscape also. But as the late Robin Williams once told me, it's not my fault. It's Periscope's. Didn't like that one. Periscope is making some changes. Again, I am talking about the iPhone app, not the submarine hardware. I don't know if they really updated that Periscope lately. I think they kind of settled on the design, you know. Hey, can you see what's going on above the water's surface? Yep. Cool. But Periscope, the app, now you're able to sign up for it using just your phone number instead of having to do it through Twitter. Still only available on iOS, but they're working on the Android version in beta. When asked for comment, my dad didn't hear the question over the sound of tearing the perforated edges off his freshly printed documents. Yeah. You guys remember that dot matrix printer paper? Man, I used to love tearing those off. Fun fact, I found out today that those little holes in the edges are called engagement holes. I never decided on a punchline for that one. Sorry, guys. You're on your own. My mom's watching. On Wolfhout Television, our network was actually in the news recently. Did you guys see that? Did you guys get the Mount Horeb mail? Yeah, I was interviewed for my hometown paper because veterinarian of the network, Dr. Carey, and I did a Kickstarter campaign to fund her web series, The Natural Veterinarian. Let's say in the end we were success challenged. And the way Kickstarter works, if you don't meet your goal, for us it was $10,000, you get nothing and everybody gets their pledges back. So we got $7,500 in pledges, but ended up with nothing. Which gave me a great idea. You could just pledge to all sorts of your friends' Kickstarter campaigns, get the social credit for having done so, and then just sit back and hope it fails so you get your money back. It would even feel better than giving the money to the campaign because you'd still have the money, it's sort of a gamble, I guess. You gotta pick the right, technically the wrong campaigns. For example, I just pledged $50 to my cousin's hamster t-shirt business venture. I feel great. That's t-shirts for hamsters, by the way, not t-shirts featuring hamsters. Although that gives me a great idea for a Kickstarter campaign. But I'm sure it won't make it. Oh, that'd be a hell of a grift, huh? I tell you this loophole, and then I undersell my own campaign to get you to feel safe pledging because I'll never make it. And then I do make it, and all you idiots are on the hook, and the world is covered in hamster-themed t-shirts. Like, life's a box, then you die. I'm with gerbil. I am what I hamster. And I'm laughing all the way to the bank. But when I get there, I realize that I forgot my ID, so I have to take a bus home, grab my wallet, get back on the bus, and go back to the bank. And I can't find my transfer, so I have to pay another $2. By the time I get there, the bank's closed. So I ask you, who's laughing now? Anyone? No one. So I know everybody's already talked this Bill Cosby thing to death, but we just started the show, so lay off. And anyway, I feel like we've lost track of who the real victims are in all of this. Those of us with a pretty decent Bill Cosby impression. That's me. Can't do it anymore. It's over for us. I think we as a society should agree to lift the moratorium on the impression as long as whoever does it apologizes for what Bill Cosby did, Like, you have no idea how sorry I am about what I've done. I am a monster. Theo, I regret the drugging and the raping. Allegedly. That's been a monologue. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Later on, we'll talk to a little fellow with a big name, the J. Finbar, Haggerty Hammond. But first, it's Ask a Puppy. Right after this, beware of Doug.
There's always going to be something to be scared of. Lions, tumors, being accused of a crime you didn't commit, etc., etc. Courage isn't a suitcase filled with canned vegetables. It's a Rainbow chasing another rainbow. It's a bag of jelly inside a bag of blood inside another bag of jelly. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be dirty. It's gonna be scary. But there's always gonna be something to be scared of. Lions, tumors.
Hi, I'm Nate Grady, spokesman at Wolfout Productions. I'm Nate Shrapnel, creative director and file shredder at Wolfout Productions. And I'm Nate Chapel, Wolfout global overlord and custodial engineer. And together, we are Wolfart Productions. Sorry, I'll get it. Wolfart.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ask a Puppy. That's me. Hee hee. Let's get started with our first question. Carla in Boise asks, how often should I give my doggy Quifford tweets? Thank you, Carla, for your question. I realize it may seem like I might not be able to overcome my bias in order to be objective, but I frankly find that assumption to be bigoted and close-minded. To answer your question, give him a tweet every minute, like all the time. I hope that helps. Freddy in Colorado Springs asks, my sister-in-law always brings a whippy little dog to family events. I like dogs, but this thing is just a nuisance. Freddy, thank you for your question. I think we've all been confronted by that little annoying, whiny, ill-tempered, smelly, jerk-faced, sweaty, smelly. I'm talking about you, Freddy. You're the jerk-face here, in case you couldn't figure it out with your smelly little brain. It's you. You're the problem. Thank you for your question. Sally in Cedar Rapids asks, who's a good boy? Huh? Who's a good boy? Sally, thank you for your question. I've given a great deal of thought to this, did some research, talked to my family, and though it is a nuanced position to take, I'd have to say, me. I'm a good boy. Yes, I am. Billy in Springfield asks, my friend at school, Phoebe, says you're not a real dog, that you're just a puppet. Is she telling the truth? Billy, I need you to listen to me. Listen. Do you know where Phoebe lives? Remember when you went over there for that pool party? Now listen to me. Phoebe is a liar. She's trying to hurt me. A little puppy. Isn't that awful? I want you to go into that house, slip in the sliding door on the back deck. They never lock that. I want you to go upstairs, figure out which room is his, and eliminate the threat, Billy. Do you understand me? Eliminate the threat. Thank you for your question. That's all the time we have for Ask a Puppy. I'm Spot Puppy, reminding you to have your pets cuddled and kissed.
Check out the brand new show that's the talk of the web. It's a Periscope with Nate Chapel. It's like a late night talk show, but earlier, live, from the phone, live. There's jokes, bits, dances, drawings, guests, and games. It's a Periscope with Nate Chapel.
Man in the Mule. It's me. I'm Spot. Hee that's me. Man, for such a cute little guy, you said some really messed up stuff back there. To the untrained ear, it would sound like you were encouraging a little boy to kill a little girl. Well, that doesn't sound very nice. Anyway, what else have you been up to? Shut up, Man in the Mule. You're not even a man. You're a puppet. Don't tell anyone, Man in the Mule, or I'll kill you too. Eliminate the threat. Eliminate the threat! I'm sorry for yelling, Man in the Mule. Peace, I'm out of here.
Yes, thank you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Up Periscope, episode Dandelion. It is with great pleasure that I introduce a guy I used to eat apples with, Finn. Now, we're going to take a peek behind the curtain here and let you know that I actually expected him to be in studio with us here tonight. I just found out before the show that he wasn't going to be. So I guess my first question is, Finn, what happened?
Okay, I got to the airport early, but they didn't have my ticket. And neither did I because I didn't buy a ticket. And apparently Orbitz doesn't take checks anymore. And then I realized I left my suitcase at home. And it wasn't packed anyway because I didn't pack it. So all my clothes were left at my house, so I wouldn't know what I would wear if I actually got to Madison.
That all sounds completely avoidable. But at least we have you on Skype, where it's, almost as good as having you here. So I wanted to ask you...
Yep, just like having me there.
Just like. I guess, all the stuff I had planned for us to do today was kind of dependent on you being in the studio. Which is unfortunate. Like, talk about your music career. Like, I feel like it won't really translate if you're not sitting with me. Talk about your background, where you grew up. Or tell that story about meeting Michael Jackson. I feel like it's better if you can see your whole body, with the moves and everything.
Well, we can do the handshake.
Good idea. So, Finn and I had this, we've had this handshake for like 6 years. It started pretty simple and then it's gotten more complex over the years. So, how should we do this?
I guess we can just describe it.
Yeah, I like the way you think. Sounds good. All right, go ahead.
All right, we start off with a normal handshake, then an over handshake, then a classic slide away to a fist bump, wrist pump, fist twist, hand in the cookie jar, around the bend, backhand fresh, a rotten palm. Then we do an inverted slide away and a fakey melon baller to a duck hunt finish.
Okay, but what about the funky knuckle?
Oh, the funky knuckle. I thought it was implied. All right, over handshake. Sorry, normal handshake, over handshake, classic slide away, fist bump, wrist pump, fist twist, hand in the cookie jar, backhand fresh, rotten prom, funky knuckle, inverted slide away, fakey melon baller to a duck hunt finish.
That's more like it, pal. Yeah, you guys should see it. It's really good. It is really good. Unfortunately, the other stuff I had, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it would translate. The last thing I have here is the trust fall.
No, we should do the trust fall. I think we can do that.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I guess I trust your judgment. So let's do this. I'll just get this out of the way here. Safety first, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Yeah. Get good and stretched out. So, all right. I'm really trusting you here, pal.
All right.
I can count on you, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, here we go.
Hello? Hello?
What the hell? I knew you weren't there.
Sorry, I thought that obnoxious alarm sound was my phone.
Well, alright. You know what that obnoxious alarm sound means, though? It's time for the game.
Oh, man.
Okay, so for today's game... Thanks, Viv. Oh, no, never mind. For today's game, we're going to be playing the popular game Taboo. Basically, I have to try to get Finn to say these words without myself saying these other forbidden, taboo words. So, if you don't know how to play Taboo, you'll catch on. Finn, do you know how to play Taboo?
Absolutely. I was born to play this game.
Congratulations. Happy birthday. So we're going to just go until the time runs out. I'm just going to give the whole time, and we'll get as many as we can. We're going to try to set a world record for Taboo on Periscope. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
In 6, 4, 2, 1. Okay, this is a continent. It's the smallest continent. That's
Australia.
a knife. This isn't. Yeah. This is something you put on your epidermis, so you're not so scaly.
Suntan lotion, moisturizer.
Close, but it's more for a particular, like eczema or an illness.
Oh, acne cream.
Another word for that. That's it. Keep going.
Sorry.
You gotta rub, it's like that texture, but you gotta rub it on it. It's for.
Your skin.
Oh, shit. Okay, this is. This is Polysure. You're in the blank now. In the blank now. Polysure movie. Okay, so,
oh man, you got me.
So
Biodome?
if you're a person fighting for the government, you're probably in this.
Army.
This is a constant. No, what's it called? Oh, that's time's up there, guys. Johnny, what did we get? 2. Yeah, 2. That is a world record, ladies and gentlemen. Here, that's our show. I want to thank my guest, Finn, Taboo for that sweet, sweet buzzer, Finn and Ty Ensrud for the music, T-Dubs for the big idea, and most of all, for the future, for always being there. We're at Wolfout TV on Periscope and Instagram and Twitter, and go to wolfout.tv to see our shows. As always, be excellent to each other.
Very good.
Episode Evergreen coming soon. Thanks, everybody. It's going to be really good next week. I think Mike from Cat Chat might be on. Boy, just called him out if he's not. Anyway, love you guys.